Thought I'd do another quick video in light of the news this afternoon that Arsenal have upped their interest in Valencia centre-back Cristhian Mosquera. Spain under-21 international has been away at the under-21 European Championships in Slovakia with Spain. Of course, they were eliminated to England in the quarter-finals on Saturday. And if you watch that game, he was very imposing, but for James McAtee's goal, he kind of got caught from the corner where there was a flick on at the near post and he kind of struggled to clear it, although I wouldn't get too carried away with that because he had a real good battle with Jay Stansfeld. A really imposing physical centre-back, and Arsenal view him as the perfect understudy to William Saliba, obviously, who has had, as we discussed yesterday, injury struggles in the past, and he was forced to play pretty much the crux of Arsenal's fixtures last season following Gabriel's injury. So I think this would be a very smart move for Arsenal. So what are the details? I must say credit to Hand of Arsenal, who was the first to report the interest and the developments. But having checked it out this afternoon, both in England and with Spanish sources close to Valencia, Mascera has got nearly a year left now on his current contract at Valencia. So that really weakens their negotiating position with Arsenal. There's been vast interest in his signature. A couple of weeks ago, it did look like he might go to RB Leipzig, but Leipzig have pulled out of the run-in because they feel Valencia tried to shift the goalposts. Obviously, with a year left on his contract, it will be up to them for how much they sell the player for. Mascera's agent has held face-to-face discussions with the Valencia hierarchy in the past couple of weeks about the prospect of a potential extension, and also to evaluate the offers that are due to arrive for him. At this stage, Valencia vowed to make an offer to Mascera, but it's my understanding that there's been some concerns from the player's part that if he was to sign a new deal, Valencia would look to include a notable release clause, which potentially could price him out of a move in the future, which is why those discussions have stalled. But he's still yet to actually receive a contract offer from Valencia, so that makes him very much available. And as I said, having checked out this story, it's clear now through sources close to Mascera that he's given his priority to Arsenal. And it's clear that a deal was very much in the works at this stage. Now, at this moment in time, I don't believe Arsenal have made a bid, although that could change quickly. They have approached Valencia and also got the green light from the player to push ahead with a move. So now it'll be just about negotiating the final price. Valencia have received interest from Bologna and Feyenoord in two of their other centre-backs, one of which partnered Mascera at the under-21 Euros for Spain. I think Valencia will try and squeeze out the best possible deal they can get for the player, given that he impressed at the under-21 Euros. But from an Arsenal perspective, this is a deal that looks like it's on the home straight. I know there's been a lot of kind of frustration with the lack of progress in terms of attacking options, with Sesco, Gyökeres courted, and obviously Rodrigo is a name of interest, but clear appetite to get quick deals done and fix the other options in the squad or areas in the squad, I should say, that Arteta wanted to address. I think there's a clear appetite from Mikel Arteta to add another centre-back to provide cover for Saliba. Obviously, Kiwior is doing that on the left side, where Gabriel is the regular starter. Obviously, he suffered that hamstring injury. Kiwior's future is still up for debate at this stage, but Mikel Arteta would like to keep him. I think Alexander Zinchenko is more likely to depart, but the kind of preference of Arsenal and Arteta in terms of the squad building and squad planning purposes would be to have two players for each position. So if you look at left back, you're looking at Miles Lewis-Skelly, who's just signed a new deal, and Ricardo Calafiori. And then at left centre-back, you've got Gabriel and Kiwior, and then potentially Saliba and Mascera as the right-sided centre-back. Mascera can also play as a right-back, which he has done. And then you've got Ben White, Timber, and of course Tomiyasu, who's a bit of a forgotten figure at this moment in time due to his long-term knee injury, but he can play in any position across the back line. So it's very strong. I think Mascera's value, age and profile and potential really appeal to Arsenal. So you can see why they're looking at the player. Sources close to Valencia say that actually Andrea Berta has been in contact about a potential deal since early May. So maybe not too much of a surprise to see this interest really advance in the last couple of hours. Arsenal have looked at other centre-back options and they're still on their radar, one being Marc Guehi, but there's believed to be reservations from Guehi about the fact that if he was to move to Arsenal, he wouldn't be a regular starter. He wants to play at Palace, obviously a key figure, but he's looking to make that next step and he would look to prioritise game time if possible. I think with Liverpool's interest, it's clear that Konate could leave the club next summer on a free transfer, and also Slot does like to rotate. Konate's also had injury problems, so I can see why Guehi may be slightly sceptical about moving to Arsenal. And the other one that I've reported this afternoon is Joel Ordonez, who's the Club Brugge centre-back. Ecuadorian, can also play at right-back, young profile with huge potential. Paris Saint-Germain have also looked at him. I don't know how far that interest has gone, to be honest. I think at the moment it's just a player they have appreciation for, but Mascera is the clear target. And it does look like Arsenal are going to try and push to close that deal alongside their move for Cristhian Mosquera and Kepa Arrizabalaga. Obviously, Zubimendi's through the door, and that would give Arsenal a real breathing space, really, to go and pursue their top attacking targets, which I'm sure, as we enter July, there'll be plenty of developments on that front.